Mambo vipi?
Salama kabisa.
What's your real name?
My name is Owen Mwatia. That's my real name.
Yeah. And maybe if you can tell us your age?
I'm in my 40s.
You're in your 40s?
Yeah.
Which 40s?
Lower 40s.
Lower 40s.
Yeah.
What's that one thing you regret ever doing?
Not getting kids in my 20s and not getting more kids. Like, I wish I had kids in my 20s.
In your 20s.
If you take me back in my 20s, I'll have like 3 or 4 kids.
Okay, so what's your current relationship status?
That's private.
Oh, come on! You can say single or dating.
No, that one I can't say. That's private. Next.
What's the most embarrassing thing that that ever happened to you while you were on stage?
I fell on stage in Nakuru Afra Stadium. I'll never forget that one.
Oh, no.
I fell on stage in Nakuru and ili sink ndani nikajipata huko ndani. But niliendelea kupiga show na nikaamka nikapiga show. Mafans walicheka but show ilianzia hapo sasa.
How did you pick yourself from that?
I knew after that if I decide to pull a stunt and say nimeumia and all that it will look weird. So I continue. In fact ni kama saa show ilianza because mafans wanaweza kunisupport so I stand from there. Yeah, but kulikuwa na shimo hapo so everyone nilikuwa nazunguka around that shimo because hiyo nili sink in and I continue performing. Yeah.
Right. So what's your ideal type of woman?
Of course God fearing, very humble. Of course there must be someone who's bright, someone who's sharp, and what else?
Physique?
She just needs to be a woman. Because I always say, just be a woman.
You have no preference on physique?
Those are things that we used to consider a lot when you're younger, but the more you grow older, you discover looks can be deceiving. Yeah, looks can be deceiving. Looks can be so deceiving. Yeah.
So what's your favorite sport?
Football. Playing or
playing,
watching.
Watching and favorite sport watching?
Football.
And playing?
Basketball. Weird. Yeah, weird.
What's your favorite team in watching?
Real Madrid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not Man U?
No, not Man U. Real Madrid and the FC Leopards.
Oh, nice. And maybe your favorite club in basketball?
Of course, I love Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest milestone in 2023?
What I'm projecting to be a milestone or so far since the year started?
Yeah.
Since the year started?
Yeah.
Wow. I think the biggest milestone is there's a child we helped with the Eric Omondi, and the child had cancer and she needed a prosthetic limb, and we made sure that eventually she got her prosthetic limb. So for me, that's the biggest milestone because I remember Eric Omondi was fundraising for around 700,000, and then I told Eric Omondi, no, we'll give the girl prosthetic limb for free. And since that time, I got like more than 10 inquiries of children who want my support, and I'll make sure, God willing, I'll make sure I support all of them. Yeah.
And maybe what's the biggest milestone that you're projecting?
What I'm projecting, number one, I'm projecting to build my foundation to become bigger and help so many children at the same time. And then I'm working on what I think will be the best album I've ever released. Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I think that will be the best album I've ever released, if you ask me. Yeah. How it's right now, what I'm doing and how the process is coming along, I think it will be the best album I've ever released.
Can you maybe tell us names of the few songs that are going to be in the album?
Weirdly, I want to put very long names. I'm going to put very long names to a level where guys will be like, why a name that looks like a sentence? But I want the title to be like a sentence. Yeah.
Why did you decide that?
I just feel like I need something different, something unique. And for a very long time, I've been limited because of what the industry wants. But right now I want to do something that I really want. So if the industry appreciates it, well and good. If it doesn't appreciate it, I'll sit down and say, I've worked on the best album that I've ever dreamed to do. Yeah.
Maybe what is that one thing you've ever wished to change in the industry that if given a chance you would change?
Kenyan support. Yeah, Kenyan support.
That is the only thing.
Because it starts from there.
Yeah.
No matter how much you do, how good you are, and all those things, if you don't get the support of your own people, it's going to be very challenging even for you to make it. So I believe Kenyans can support better, Kenyans can do it better, and the issue has always been, no, you guys release the best song, but now it's the other way around. When the support is there, even because if the Kenyan fans support, even the corporates will come and support. Because you see, a corporate cannot sponsor or support an event when they know even the crowd will not be there. Yeah. So I think Kenyan support for me, if given a chance, I don't look at more of the corporates per se. I look at more at mostly the Kenyan fans. Yeah.
If you were to choose to be a celebrity and being a normal person, will you still stick to being a celebrity?
Whoa. Wow. Never. No one has ever asked me that question. I never regret being a celebrity, but I feel like right now I look at being a celebrity in a very different way. I look at it more of what is the impact you're causing. I don't look at it as having bodyguards or driving a flashy car or going to events and people are screaming at your name. I don't look at it that way. I just look at it as what impact do you have? What impact are you creating in the society? Yeah.
So maybe what is the most expensive thing that you own?
Land?
None.
Yeah, land.
Land.
Yeah,
Oh,
land.
okay.
Maybe land. Because I'm just like, apart from land, and it appreciates.
Yeah. What's that one expensive thing you bought and you regret buying it?
Wow. An iPhone.
And why would you say that?
I just feel like iPhones are overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Is it true that the charging system is usually low every time?
Yeah. Because for me, I have right now, apart from that, I have my Samsung, which, to be very honest, naweza kaa now 3 days because of how much battery it can keep. So anato iPhone ni kama tumerudi kwa zile simu za kitambo, kila sana natembea na code everywhere they go. I always pick banter with them, naambianga tukiingia mahali wako tu socket, kuna socket hapa, kuna socket hapa. That's the first question they always ask when you go to a restaurant.
Wow. Ama kama uko na power bank.
Ndio hiyo. So that's the question they always ask.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you have you ever been conned in Nairobi?
Yeah, of course.
What's the story?
I think the most weird one was when mobile banking was starting. Someone called me out or called me to akanidanganya ni manager wa bank, akaniambia sijui nini, and imagine I fell for it.
No way.
But those days it was so early to a level whereby so many Kenyans never even knew that. Because I remember even going to the bank to complain, they were like, how did this happen? Because it wasn't a normal case.
Yeah.
So by the time it became a normal case, I was like, mimi nilikuwa ni wa kwanza hizi vitu. So yeah, I was conned.
Alright.
I was conned.
Yeah. So maybe who is your favorite secular artist in Kenya?
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, you listen to secular music, no?
that's a hard one, man. Because I have so many friends, that's a hard one.
Ni mgani ule unaweza vouchia tu?
Oh, man. That's a good question. No one has ever asked me that question. Oh, man. That's a good question. I love good questions.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, Kali is just amazing.
Kali is amazing.
Kali is on a different level. And then, of course, if Bien,
It's also another one.
Bien, man, Bien is just artistically, because now you're not looking at the other things. Unajua Wakristo so wana type and wana delete. Let's look at creativity and artistically. These guys are just on a different level. And then the energy and the effort these guys put when they're doing all these things is just on a different level. So those on top of everything, I think they're there. And then resilience, I'll go maybe for Nyash.
Yeah.
Nyashinsky
Yeah.
for resilience. Ni mtu tulianza naye na amekuwa hapo, tuko hapo. So
still there.
yeah. Resilience is very good.
Have you ever fumbled before your parents?
No.
You've never. You've never. You've never. Okay, so what's that one thing you'd like to tell maybe your fans out there?
One thing is, number one, they should expect a very good album from me. I hope they like it. And then, because for me, I believe this is the best album I've ever recorded. And I'm still in the process, trying to finish it up. And I believe in the mid this year, I must launch it. I believe it will be one of the most amazing albums I've done. And at the same time, just support my foundations, because by supporting what we do, we support many. So the more we come along and we join in the bandwagon, we can support so many kids. And if you are a volunteer, you want to be part of these projects, you can come join us, because sometimes we travel to all those areas in Pokot and all that. We'll provide transport for you, just for you to come and learn and understand what caregivers go through. So come, let's do all these things together, and let's join hands in changing and transforming lives for children who are born with disability.
So maybe
And Sato, don't miss.
they should not miss.
Yes.
And how should they? You said volunteer. How should they find you?
My website is www.malaikadisabilityfoundation.org. So you can go there. We normally have very, very interesting chats with guys there, because we find so many guys who come who needs a lot of help, others who want to be caregivers, others who are looking for work and all that. I try as much as possible, me and my board, to answer those questions. Yeah.
And you being a CEO, what is that biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is one of the biggest challenges I face is telling a mother that I can't help a kid, because on our definition of what we do, we are always very critical by saying we are helping children who have physical disability. But unfortunately, there are so many people out there who don't know the difference between physical disability, neuro, mental, and all that. So most of the parents will bring you kids who have maybe mental issues, or maybe kids who have neuro issues. And you see, those are things that maybe, as of now, we are not in a position to help. So the hardest part for me as a CEO is telling that mother, because I know how desperate it can be, telling that mother that we can't help. Picking up a kid, then we go for tests, and then you discover they are suffering from a condition that is incorrectable, and then coming back to the mother and tell them, oh, unfortunately we can't help you. That's, for me, is the hardest thing, because you have to own up to them, because they deserve an answer. You have to own up and go tell them, because most doctors don't tell some patients such things. So you have to own up and stand up and tell them the truth. Unfortunately, we can't help, but this is a condition that this child was born with, and maybe they live with it for the rest of their life. Yeah, for me, that's the hardest part. Yeah.
And of all your collabos, what was the most amazing collabo you've ever done?
Whoa. I know what maswali ngumu. Yeah. And no one has ever asked me such questions. I've done interviews for years. No one has ever asked me such a question. Interesting. I don't want to pick a song because it was a big song, but I'll give the reason why I'll pick Tobina. Tobina was interesting because it was not a song that was to be part of that album. It was an extra track that we had finished recording the album, and then one night we made the track, and then we just started freestyling on it. We didn't even write that song. So it was more of a freestyle. It was more of a bonus track, but it's still to date like one of my biggest songs ever. So I can call it one of the best collabos, but not due to anything else, but the way that it was created and the way it performed. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome
time.
anytime. Thank you so much. You're welcome anytime.
Please tell them to subscribe to OH Media, please.
So guys, this Daddy Owen once again, Papa Fololo Uncle Mutulele. I'm just urging you, make sure you subscribe to OH Media. Don't touch that dial. Touch that dial.
All right, that is what we had for you right here in Opinion House. I'm your host, Jaja Tyra. Till next time, bye-bye.